Okay. Okay, so welcome to the session 2 on ICT for environment protection and disaster prevention. We're going to have 2 speakers for our sessions. So the first paper, okay, just to remind that the speaker would got 12 minutes for the presentation.
No,
and 3 minutes for Q&A, so the total is 15. So for the first paper, then I would like to welcome Dr. Pawarat Nontasil from NECTEC, and the title is going to be Emotional Utilities of Climate Change Awareness, Understanding People's Mood and Tone. So please start. Sorry, Dr. Pawarat.
Hi, shall we start again? My name is Pawarat Nontasil. I work at National Electronic and Computer Technology or NECTEC from Thailand. I'm here with my colleague as well. His name is Jedsada Phengsuwan. He will help me to answer the question after the end. The climate change has been widely discussed in the many countries for now. The interaction between the climate change, human and environment is significant for each other. I think everybody know about that. Just give some example about, like, for example, human activity or human behavior, which has been the main driver of the climate change, such as like we still use the oil and gas for energy use, it's affect the coal power plants, and we still cutting down the forest or burning the forest, which is like it's affect the deforestation. And also when the climate change is happened, actually it's happened for now and it's going to be worse after that, can affect our health and well-being as well. After we are interested in the climate change, we narrow down to our country, which is Thailand. We found for now every people in Thailand, especially in the big city like Bangkok or Chiang Mai, are facing about the poor air quality. You probably might see in the morning and at the night time, especially in the Bangkok and Chulalongkorn University, which is like the middle of Bangkok for now. PM 2.5 is quite high, like effect for our well-being. Even like the Thai government try to introduce launch many policy about like improve air quality, but the air quality in Thailand is still degraded. This is the government action. And what about us, which is the human, is the main driver? How we can protect our well-being in the future? So this is a general question for this project. And then we scope down to what we're going to do in that question. We narrow down to how do we can change our behavior to reduce the poor air quality in Thailand or reduce the climate change. Surely we cannot stop the climate change, but we can decide how bad it will be, right? So when we're talking about the behavior change, we just go back to think about in terms of the psychology. We need to understand people awareness first. So this one is the project focus in this area. We want to know like how people awareness, how we going to know that one. We need to understand how they're feeling, how they're doing, and how they're thinking based on the climate change or poor air quality in Thailand. After we got that one, we set up the hypothesis first. And we hypothesized that the potential of understanding Thai people emotional or behavioral state might throw the light on developing behavior change for the long-term climate crisis. So what this project will do, this is going to be like the first step of this, the beginning of the project. We will investigate the Thai people awareness of the climate change and how much knowledge they have. You're probably like wondering what we're going to do in this one, how we get the awareness, how we know the people awareness. We will use like this method. The method will be divided into 3 parts. The first 2 parts we will use machine learning and deep learning to understand the people opinion. The data that we got from the online platform, which is like social media or like or online forum, but only Thai language, because we want to know how Thai people express their opinion on that. The first two phases is similar like the sentiment analytic. You probably might wondering as well, like what challenging on this one. Normally the sentiment analytic, the output of this one is going to be like positive, negative, and neutral, which is like the variant emotion, just only dimension emotion. But for this project, we would like to go deeper than that. We would like to see what kind of the positive and what kind of the negative based on the people opinion. So for example, like we want to know like how they fear, what they fear, angry, disgusting, surprised, funding, or fun, which is this one is about the 6 basic emotion. The input on this one, we go through the next phase, which is like the last phase. The first 2 phases we do as the online processing, but the last phase we're gonna offline. We want to talk with the people. Rather than we use the rather than we use the interviewing method, we will use the board game instead, make them fun, make them relax, and we want to observe and understand their emotion and behavior. And the overall of this one, we will draw the example of this graph. We would like to see how their emotion expressed based on the climate change or the topic that we ask them. One emotion, when they express that, what the trigger, what the event, where is location, and who relate with that people, and how they action or how they behave. And we believe that when the first emotion come up, it might pass to the second emotion as well. We hope to see the link between that one. The outcome of this project, for the first one, we're going to understand like Thai people opinion for the climate change data annotation, which is included information, sentiment, which is like positive, negative, and neutral. And another one is emotion category or emotion level, which is like deeper rather than not just positive and negative. And the second one, the emotion and behavior network in terms of the climate change. The picture like the previous slide that I show you. And the last one is about the knowledge sharing, about the NLP and social cognition. This project is going to be in more impact, because for now this project we play in the emotion. Different people, different culture is going to be expressed with different emotion, even they are in the same situation. So we would like to invite all of you to work with us, because it's going to be interested, because when we see the emotion from the different country to work in this one. For the project plan, this project, it will take around 15 months. The output of this project will pass to the next project surely, because we got many information on this project. We can draw the knowledge graph based on the climate change, and can send this one to the government to launch some policy, because that information is exactly what the Thai people thinking. And also the second one is about the behavior change application, because we got the information from them, from the Thai people, right? It means we know the user pain point about the climate change or poor air quality. This one is much better when we design the application and develop application based on the user pain point. The impact of this project, the first one is increased understanding people feeling behavior for implementing emotion AI service. For now, we use the AI for help us to make a decision. But in the real life, just think about yourselves. When you want to make a decision something, it's not about your knowledge. It's about your emotion at that time. So this project is going to be like the startup or the start point for think about the emotion AI in the future if we want to develop them. And the second one is about the increase the solution for human behavior change, because we know about the user pain point. we can find a solution for fix that user pain point. The user is mean the Thai people. And the last one, as I mentioned before, I would like to invite all of you to work in this project because we play with the emotion. It might interesting, or we might can see the surprise data based on your country, the people in your country, because the language or because the emotion and culture as well. So the last one is going to be build up research capability by working with international collaborator. We can share the knowledge, share the experience, and also share some data together. For the conclusion, this project, we will use the deep learning for understand emotional and behavior state toward to emotion AI. And the second one, we empathize with the people thought, feeling, and action about the climate change issue before we encourage them to change their behavior. The third one is about expand model that we use in this project to other climate domain, which is like landslide or the livestock in the future. And the last one, we seek the new partner for developing this project and create solution for reduce the climate change crisis in our country and our world. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So now, are there any questions from the floor? And also, the participant online can just type your questions on the chat box as well. Yes, one question.
Thank you for your presentation. How will you try to avoid bias in your data collection?
Avoid the people for the climate change, right? In this project, we didn't like go through that one yet. But now we just like try to get the data, what they say on the Twitter or any social media, because especially in this time, if you go to like Twitter or Facebook, many Thai people always complain about the pollution. It's like, for example, like PM2.5. So we want to gathering that data first, which is we have the tool for do that one. We implement the tool like it's called Big Steam. And we use that one to collect the data first, and then we pass to machine learning, which is we use the model and also we use the knowledge about the social cognition to like merge with the deep learning for like analyze that data and extract the data.
So do you have a minimum number of respondents?
Sorry?
Do you have a minimum number of responses or data for your study?
I think we don't have
or
that.
as long as you have many data.
Yeah, we don't have that because the big steam tool is I think can get more and more data, and also they can correct the data from the past and the real time as well. Thank you.
Okay, any questions? Yes, Dr. Chai.
I have something that's similar to the previous question, that it's about the sample space of the experiment. Let's say if you collect all big data from social medias, and ones who didn't mention about the their realizations on the PM2.5, do they mean that they don't care about the PM2.5, or they feel happy with today's climate? Did you include those kinds of comments that without any realizations on the climate change to the positive groups of the emotions of this pollution?
Yeah, I think for now we collect all of them first, because the opinion is have the like positive and the negative term, right? And then we can group like what kind of positive and what kind of negative. And after that, we have like the method to analyze like what tone, because when the text, right, is come with the not the feeling like the people express, right? We have the tone on the text file. We need to analyze that one to be like the deeper, like what kind of positive. Because if we go through like the 6 basic emotion, which is they have like fun, surprise. I can't remember another one. We can go through this one, and maybe we start with 6 first, and then we expand another that. And I think when we train the model, we need to use the person first for label that one. But we have the method for how they analyze, how they label that one, and then we go through train the machine learning after that to implement the model after.
Okay, any other comments? Yes, please.
Because you first of all, which data source you are going to use? That's number one. Secondly, I'm not familiar with the country, but I think,
sorry,
because I'm from Indonesia, you know, people may have different ways to show their comments, their complaints, their feelings. You know, one people might say for climate change, oh, very good climate change. Actually, there's a cynicism way to say that I don't like climate change. When the other one, oh, bad word with climate change. So people might have different, and the software might not. How can the software might be able to consider this type of the way people express their feelings? Because people in northern part, in southern part, in western part might have different things. Even with ages, elder people might have different ways to complain about climate change with youngsters, you know, this kind of. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. But that is challenging in this project, because we would like to see, after we got, like, for example, we got one text from the social media or online forum, we would like to see what does it mean about that text. For now, I think the technology can learn, especially Thai language or maybe English language, can learn this text is positive or negative or neutral. But the challenging for us is go deep to like what the positive or what the negative is. So after we got that one, we can group like, okay, this group about the fun, for example, fun of something about the climate change. And then we want to go deep inside, like how they fun, why they fun, what the trigger and what the location or something, to understand them by using the tech information. We use the data collection from this one is online platform, which is we have, sorry, it's quite small. We use the big steam tool. For now, we have that tool already for gathering the data. Yeah, if you want to use that one, we can talk about that later, because that tool is like used a lot, used for like order that one. I think we can talk about that one also, that because that one is like general too, but for now we can use not exactly Thai language, because the technique for gathering the data is the same. But about the sentiment or another thing, I think that one is need to talk. But I think it's not difficult to do that, because they have many machine learning method or deep learning method to understand that.
Okay, I think we have to wrap up for this paper. So thank you very much again for your interesting talk. Then I would like to invite the second speaker, Dr. Reddy Prasad. He's going to give the title of ICT as a key for environmental sustainability, energy conservation, and to mitigate chemical pollution in the industries.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone, and excellence, and my dear colleagues. Today, I would like to present what is the impact of gas pollution on one is the main is on economic model as well as energy conservation. Mainly, we are thinking about whenever every day in the newspaper, you can see some places are highly drought, some places are flooded because of the climate change. And the developed countries saying that this is because of the developing countries. And again, developing countries are saying that it is because of the developed countries. We are Tom and Jerry like. But really, the people are suffering because of the gas pollution. we are mainly thinking about the gas pollution is because of the over industrialization, because of the over desire of the human. So of course, we want to progress, but at the same time, we need the sustainability. That is the simple background about that. By the way, I'm Dr. Prasad from University Technology, Brunei. So today I would like to give the contents as per the requirement of the ASEAN IVO. They ask for all these things. So I just want to give one by one, very brief. So coming to the atmospheric levels, you don't have the lighter. Okay. So coming to here, the mainly greenhouse gases. Greenhouse gases are impacting a lot about our atmospheric pollution, especially the industrialization areas nearby the residential areas, which are affecting a lot. Just now, my colleague is telling about mood changing and all, because if you have more and more pollution in the gas, in the atmosphere, which will definitely leads to a lot of disorderness. We'll see one by one. Especially you can see here the climate change causes by different countries in ASEAN. Of course, almost all Singapore is the highest because they are contributing more, and Philippines, Vietnam, one by one you can see how much we are causing for the industrial pollutions. Mainly these pollutions are coming because of the mainly energy production. When you are producing more and more energy, the technologies which are adapting maybe 10 years, 15 years older, and those efficiency are less. So which is producing more and more gases. So if you are not day to day, you are not updating the technology, that will lead to the environmental disaster. So which will be mainly causes for energy sector, GDP, human health and behavior, and sustainability. So we have to be model not only the effect, how much it really economically it is adverse, as well as it is how much it is affecting the environment. These two we are going to discuss. Coming to the main aim of this project is, we want to develop a technology to analyze the air pollutants and to mitigate them in chemical industries for energy conservation as well as sustainable development. That means we want development, at the same time it should be under sustainable condition. At the same time we want to save the energy. What is the next aim is to demonstrate vertical profiling. That means normally in the surface level we are not doing the research, we are not finding out the surface level. We want to find out at the vertical level what is the pollution's profile and how it affects. So that is the main cause. What are the bodies which are getting benefit out of this? Universities, students mainly, mechatronics, computer and chemical engineering, because naturally chemical industries are producing a lot of pollution. So that's why local industries and government bodies, we are going to give the data, we are going to give the technology to the government bodies to control and mitigate. And we are going to adapt in the Industrial 4.0. Coming to the proposal method, the first step is data collection, then data storage and data analysis. So in the data collection method, again, we have identified the data source and planning and actual data collection method. Coming to the data storage, we are going to collect the data normally in a temporary disk. Later we can transfer into any cloud system and we can use it. So coming to the analysis, I'm going to explain in the figure 1. So these are the targeted areas. One is petrochemical industries. Another one is the petroleum industries. The third one is the energy industries. And we are going to use the sensors and we are going to use the UAVs to analyze the vertical profiling of the gases, so that that data is being transferred into cloud system and then we can analyze in different models. So just have a look on this. So we are going to adapt different areas. We can collect the samples and we can try to analyze and give the report to the concerned bodies, industries, as well as government sector, and concerned people. So coming to the data sources, that's what I just now mentioned to you. One is oil and gas industries and nearby residential areas, petrochemical industries, the nearby residential areas, energy industries, nearby areas, and it can be then later it can be transferred to the Asian countries. Those who are the partners, we would like to share with them and welcome those people who are interested. Then coming to the analysis, we are going to compare, because as I told you, the data is vertical profiling. So we can compare with the satellite data for the error minimization. And we are going to develop a data visual map and 2D, 3D graphical concepts so that we can easily understand how much pollution is coming from the industry. And we have to aware the industry how to mitigate that one. And finally, we are going to develop an energy conservation model. Energy conservation model means when you are not using a proper equipment, then a lot of energy is being using and it is giving less efficiency and producing more pollution. So coming to the impact is three types. One is scientific, another one is socio-economical, and third one is the collaborative. So coming to the scientific, just education and collaboration with other industrial partners as well as Asian country members. Then coming to we are going to use visual IoT concept to combine the existing S4D model mapping to show how this impact is there on the environment, to show the government body and the concerned industries. Coming to the social, just now she mentioned what are the different gases, pollution gases, which will affect the health-wise, different carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, NOx, sulfur dioxide, all those things which will cause a lot of impact on the health. So we have to be very cautious, and we have to be very strict to bring down the pollution effects. So this will be socio-economical impact about the project. So we have to help the society. Then coming to the collaborative, there are many areas. ICT can be collaborate. The three areas: socio-political settings, or economic performance, or environmental performances. So to minimize the effect. And the second point, environmental monitoring and management using the UAVs. So this can be, say, suddenly there is a big disaster happens, or there is mainly Brunei, Singapore and areas we are facing the haze. Normally after paddy fields finish, they burn the grass, and a lot of particle carbon material is coming, which is giving a lot of, so we can map it, how much area it is being, where the exact location, what is happening, how to mitigate, how to control. We warn them. Or suddenly in industry something suddenly happens, how much is being dispersed the gas, so that we can estimate the effect of the cost, environmental wise, sustainability, other things. So coming to the outcomes. So based on this, we have a better understanding about the industrialization and effect of these gas pollutions. Then we can alert the industries and government bodies to control that, and if it is beyond the limit, we can stop them. Or we can bring the public awareness by conducting what is the importance of gas pollution, not only industries, human also creating a lot of pollution. Say for example, just people start the car, it is car burning the fuel, and people keep on talking roadside. It's a waste of energy, waste of producing a lot of gas. This awareness, human awareness is very important. So we can make them to aware. And finally, regional data collection is important for long-term study. Mainly, we are looking into a short-term, what is the gas effect, and we can extrapolate into the long-term basis for economical evaluation and environmental sustainability. Finally, the conclusion, mainly the project has potential to tackle gas pollution uncertainty, not only by providing the information knowledge, personal awareness and participation and better preparedness. Say, for example, we want to have this and all happening the past data. From that past data, we can estimate for future so that we can control. Finally, the technology can be transferred for socio-economical benefits. So just I would like to thank you for listening my discussion. And please, I'm happy if you can, I'm happy to have anybody having a collaboration with me. And please raise your questions. I'm very happy.
Okay, thank you very much. Are there any questions from the floor? Yes, please. Microphone, please.
Thank you. It is an interesting topic. However, on the accuracy of the data, you talk about the comparison with satellite data.
Yes.
How can you get the data from satellite source?
Yes, Professor. Thank you for your valuable question. Actually, in engineering, normally we do the error analysis. That's why this is very important. Because some data is naturally available, free data available on the net, and some data we have to pay. We can pay and we can get the data. Getting a satellite data, there are some bodies, especially in our UTB University Technology Brunei, we have we have a MOU with the environmental satellite organizations. We can pay and we can get it. Definitely, yeah, you are correct. Actually, this will vary, Prasad. That is, this will vary. Basically, what happens now, we are mainly concentrated on industry and nearby residency area. So how these gases is spreading to the public area nearby the industries and how it will affect them on what are the sectors. So definitely, if you are far away from the industry, it is not going to be much effect. But the people who is living to the near to the industry, some few kilometers, definitely this gas, especially the Brunei, we are burning a lot of fuel for energy purpose, and it is coming a lot of carbon dioxide emission. That carbon dioxide and carbon monoxide and other things is spreading, and we want to see how this impact the body, people's health and other things.
I think it's only possible to compare the, you have to define the region for comparison. That is from the data you collected with the data you got from satellite. So, right? Both data should be the same, actually, the same area.
Yes,
so
actually in our Brunei, we have a Brunei Shell Petroleum, BSP, and we have a MOU with them already. They accepted to evaluate. And this can be extended to our Asian countries also, to their based on the partners' interest and things. We can have the mapping and we can give the exact data what is happening, and we can give the information to the industry. See, this is what coming. Kindly take care, and we can aware the environmental ministry or government bodies. So they will have a discussion at least. Say, for example, if you are not telling, they will not be caring. If you are showing the figures, see, this is what happening, definitely they will try to.
Okay.
Yeah, please, sir, please, Professor.
I think very good project, but I think, you know, if we see when we want to use drone for example, we need a policy.
We have to get the permission from the aviation ministry.
Especially in your case, it's real time.
Exactly.
And then you'll also propose
exactly
dashboard.
But
I didn't see any government agency, you know, involved in this project.
Yes.
So I can maybe there is what is the policy for the to fly drone?
Yeah, exactly, Prasad.
Professor.
You are 100% correct. Actually, we have a policy. We have to take the permission from the aviation minister and environmental board and the industry. There is a lot of people, lot of ministries are involving in this project, and we got all the permissions.
There is
And-
policy.
And the condition is, before we are publishing the data,
Do you have a course, conducted in University of Brunei regarding this drone, for example, any UAV, to fly UAV, for example, no? Is there any courses conducted in that?
we have to get the permission. Whenever you want to use the UAV, you have to declare before that the
So
board of,
it will take, times to get to fly the drone, for example.
yeah.
From that you are applying, for example, what is the cost of the
Drone cost.
Is it difficult?
Is it simple, doctor?
Is it?
Yeah, it will not take, because it is having the sensor
You-
and
you
UAV
can apply
having the
to-
payload of
Are
45
you
minutes.
saying that you can apply through post office, When we are
Nowadays,
talking about
nowadays-
I think what,
nowadays, lot of
Yeah.
applications are there. UAV.
very close, normally very close with the airport,
Ah.
very hard to get, very
Correct,
hard to get the
permission.
yeah, to fly the drone.
Correct,
especially
correct.
for the
That's
that
what
type of drone, it's so hard.
we have to give the details of the drone and details, everything to the aviation people, and they will give the timings. You cannot say, for example, flight is coming and landing or going, or the free times only they will allow.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, I think we have to conclude this sessions because we have to do lunch after this. So thank you again for this.